When did something bad happen to someone you knew, but you felt good about it? 1. A guy was bullying me for a period of time. I didn't do much about it because I incorrectly thought he would eventually get bored and move on. Shortly after my mother passed away, I was really struggling and talked to some friends about my grief. They told the bully to lay off me because I was grieving. Well, he didn't. In fact, he turned it up several notches. One day a teacher saw him going at me, saying my mom deserved it. The bully got suspended, went out to his car, and peeled out in anger. Unfortunately for him, he hit a cinder block in the parking lot. He wasn't hurt, but his car was completely trashed. Till this day, I wish I had witnessed that. 2. My husband broke his foot moving his mistress into his new apartment. I felt so very sad about that. 3. When my former psycho manager's job popped up in LinkedIn's jobs suggested for you section. She was let go shortly after I quit due to her toxic behavior. Evidently, my formal complaint and resignation was the straw that broke the camel's back. 4. One of my bullies in high school finally picked on the wrong girl, and her boyfriend punched him. The bully was knocked unconscious, and I couldn't help but laugh hysterically. He had it coming for years. One of his friends turned to me and said, "If you find that funny, there is something seriously wrong with you." Last I heard, the bully is in prison, and his friend dated my friend, which ended when he pushed her down the stairs. She's okay. To this day, I still smile when I think about that dude getting punched. 5. An annoying kid at school tried to spray walls, but he held the can wrong and sprayed himself in the face and in his eyes. He was lucky he had no lasting eye damage. 6. My workplace had a relatively new director who was awful and everyone hated, and a manager who was also relatively new but overall well liked and suited for the role. The director was a massive a-hole to the manager, completely controlling and kept piling more and more work on her. The director herself would stroll in at 11 a.m., do nothing all day, ignore staff's questions or requests for help, and generally be totally useless. Then, when the manager couldn't get everything done, because she was literally responsible for her own job plus the director fired her in the middle of a workday. 2 weeks later, the director was fired, and the manager came back to take her job. I've never been happy seeing someone lose their job, but goddamn, she deserved it. 7. My ex-husband was a horrible driver. He drove drunk to the point where he woke up to find his car parked weird but had no recollection of actually driving. He had serious road rage. He was also a horrible husband. He passed away a year after our divorce by a drunk driver. The other driver ran a red light, and they were both gone on impact. 8. When the home of the woman who made my family homeless burned down,